Okay. Hello everybody. My name is Jamie. I play SuperStar rhythm games. So I play SMJYP, PLEDIS, STARSHIP, WOOLLIM, and GFRIEND. So I have a lot of experience with these games, and in this video, I will be telling you about what in the world the sweet Halloween party for Halloween 2020 is. Yeah. Okay. Name in the game is Image. You can like see that by the name of my channel, by the way. But anyways, so I actually like record this already, but then I realized that it's not clear, so I have to re-record it. But anyways, I run I help moderate the subreddits for all the games, and I also help moderate the Discord server for these games. Links for both of those will be in the description of the video. But you're here for, oops, sorry. You're here so I can tell you about what you should be doing about this Halloween event. Okay. So basically, it's like most standard ones where you have, things to collect ingredients. You have ingredients to trade in for rewards, and then after you trade in enough, then you can get guaranteed rewards or like extra rewards on top of that. So this event's kind of different because the preparations here all have randomly, like, it's basically a lottery. If you look at the magnifying glass for everything, then it'll give you like the rewards list with percentages for everything. So everything's basically just up to chance and up to luck. So you can pretty much mathematically figure out what is the best method of completing this event, which I have done. So I'll be going over all the the nitty gritty math stuff right here in a bit. But for people who just want like a first hand guide right away, I have this. Okay. So I'll go over everything in detail first. Like, I'll go over everything in detail after, but first I'm gonna just read off the main points for this entire event. Okay, so the super summarized event guide. Okay, so log in for at least 12 days to receive 120 tickets, and the 120 tickets comes from attendance, and then yeah. So then the 120 tickets will be used to invite ghosts to redeem all the rewards from the list at the bottom. So the invite list is right here. You can invite maximum 140, but you just need 120 to get the 300 diamonds at the end. Oh yeah, by the way, all the games will have the same like event with the same like percentages and all this reward stuff, except for GFriend, which I will talk about like just for a little bit at the end, just so I can make things clear. But yeah, so I'm talking about this for SM right now, but it also applies to JYP Play, Starship, WOOLLIM. Uh, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. So don't worry about that. If you play those games, you're still in the right place. It's gonna be the same event. Okay. So then the preparation rewards are all random. It's like a lottery, and then you can tap the magnifying glass to see the rewards list. It's here. You can see it when you're in your game, but I'll be going over a little bit later. So if you want to stick around, I'll be talking about these. Okay. Next, you can get a maximum of 70 cakes, and then you can choose 140 pals or 70 couples. So because of how all the ingredient stuff works, these are the max that you can get. So that's what you can expect. Magical cakes are limited to 5 per day. They are not necessary to finish the event, but will have extra rewards to maximize your earnings. So since this event only counts ghost invite rewards, you technically don't need to get a single magical cake, but since it's an event, you'll have extra rewards you have extra ingredients at the end. This is just to get a little bit extra on top of everything else that you've gotten. Okay. Redeeming magical cakes will not reduce the number of ghosts you can invite. So note how the party invitation tickets, they're only from the attendance, and if you look at the ingredients that you need to combine, magical cakes don't take any uh, party invitation tickets. Only the ghosts do. So that's one thing to take note. The second thing is, if you do the math for if you get 140 ghostly pals or 70 ghost couples, the amount of peanut butter cups or chocolate balls here, it will not add up to the 350 or 700 max, but if you take into account the magical cakes, it will. So basically, nothing about the magical cakes, if you make any, will cause you to miss out on any ghost invite rewards. So you can just make this as much as you can or as little as you can. It doesn't matter. It does not affect the overall objective, which is to invite ghosts. Okay. When inviting ghosts, all in on one method for better guaranteed rewards. So because everything is random, the best you can do is to hit the max, and then because when you have, it's like if you have more attempts, more draws of something, eventually it will even out to a standard. It's like the bell curve thing, where like you can flip a coin, it'll be heads or tails. The first time, say it lands on heads, then it's a 100% heads and then 0% tails. And if you flip again, it'll still be 100. If you flip head again, that's still like 100% zero. But then if you get like the third one, you get tails, then it's suddenly 66-33. And so basically, after enough times, you flip a coin 1 million times, it'll end up being 50%. For each side. So that's basically the same idea what we're doing here. Because everything is a random chance, the best thing you can do is to get the max amount of draws you can for each reward, and then you can have a good idea of what your expected rewards will be once you do the math for it, which I'll show you. Okay. So couples is the better option because it has power-up cards. So then the 70 draws average, which is the max you can do for couples, is 17.5 power-up cards. So that's quite a lot, but again, it's all up to luck. But because it's power-up cards, it gives a lot more RP, so it is technically the better option because it'll give you more resources in the end. If you want LE themes, you will not get it from couples because there is a 0.5% chance, and the 70 draws average maxed out will only give you 0.35 LE cards, which is not even half, which is not even one. The best chance that you can get an LE card is at 200 draws and you only get 70. So don't count on getting any LE cards if you do, if you do want to do couples for LE cards, you pretty much won't get any. Yeah, this is not the event for that. Sorry. And then for the pals, when you max out the 140 draws, you'll get an average of 153 diamonds. Yeah, well, 154, but you basically know what I'm saying. It's just after everything, you can expect that you can get 154 diamonds after you max out on pals. So everything that I'm doing to take into account what the best method is pretty much just looking through all the math. So if you listen up to this point, that's basically all the to-do stuff. The best thing you can do is to do max couples. So you can go now if you want, but if you want to stay around and then I'll walk you through my math, you can feel free to do so. But if you're leaving now, thank you. Okay, and now we will move on. So ingredients, you have tickets, PB cups, chocolate balls. I mentioned some stuff before. I might talk about it again just so I can have a clear head with my explanation. But so since there's 14 days on this event, you can get a max of 140 tickets. But if you look at the Ghost Invite rewards list, the highest reward is only at 120 invites. So technically, for you to get the best reward of the final rewards list, you only need to log in 12 days and then spend those 120 tickets you got from those 12 days. But to maximize, 140 all 14 days. The PB cups, you can get them from clearing songs or spending diamonds. The choco balls, you can get them from powering up cards. So that's like C1 to C5 or B1 to B5. Those either method will give you 4 choco balls, and then a card upgrade will give you 5. So generally, these are not hard to do. PB cups, you get it from clearing songs, so you just play songs. If you're going for any of the LE themes or any of the boxes, which like the Halloween mystery boxes, I believe that's what it's called, something like that, random box, then you can spend diamonds there and then get stuff. So that will also help bring up your PB cups. And then choco balls is just when there's PUC on the weekends, then or like on Halloween, then you can just get all those power-up successes and card upgrades done like pretty much fairly easily. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is for ingredients. In terms of the maxes, I explained it a little bit earlier. the max that you get for PB cups. So let's just do the math really quick. So if you look at this, PB cups, okay, so PAL and couples, the amount it takes for you to go from PAL to couple is just doubled, which kind of makes sense when you think about it. If one ghost takes 2 PB cups and 4 choco balls, then 2 ghosts, which is the couple, will just be double that. So this is already the same ratio. If you take 140 times 2, then so if you have 140 draws of PALs, then that means you'll have 280 PB cups. And if you do 140 draws of PALs, then you'll do 140 times 4, and you'll get 560 choco balls. So if you do the math, the difference, so whatever math I just did for the PALs is going to end up with the same exact numbers for couples. Okay? That's just how math works. And then, so 280 PB cups spent means that of the max 350, you'll have 70 left, which is exactly the number of PB cups you'll need to get the maximum 70 cakes. Same thing goes for the choco balls. The difference is 140, which is 140 choco balls you need to get the 70 cakes. Therefore, anything that you do with the cakes will not affect the amount of ghosts you can invite. So that's something you do not need to worry about. Okay. Yeah. So to go on with the rewards here for each of the preparations. For magical cakes, you have this list right here, which has RP single cards in a normal card pack 5. Here are all the odds right here. I also have the values here. So then it'll be easier to determine how much RP value you're getting at the end of everything, because it's hard to compare RP to cards to normal card packs if they're not all set into one value. So I added those values so it's easier to compare. Basically, when you look at everything here, one cake will give you an average of 1.2 thousand RP. Doesn't sound like a lot, but if you take this max across all 14 days, it's 85,000 RP, which is something, it'll help. So then for the ghostly pals, this is the single one where you can get 140 draws. So they also have RP, a little bit higher amount. They also have B and A cards, but then they also have these diamonds, which you have a 0.5% chance to get 100 diamonds, but you also have a 6% chance to get 10 diamonds. So that means 93.5% of the time, you're going to get 1,385 RP. And then 6.5% of the time, you'll get an average of 17 diamonds. Which, if you get 140 maxed ghostly pals, then your average is going to be 181,000 RP and 154 diamonds. So that is if you all in on pals, which sounds okay. Sounds pretty good. You get 150 diamonds for just doing the event. But you can look at the ghost couples. So this one gets a little bit trickier with the math. So for ghost couples, you also have the RP rewards. They also have an A card. They also have a premium card pack 5, but they have a 30% power up card and a 50% power up card. So together combined, that's a 25% chance. And they also have the LEB card, but you see it's at a 0.5% chance. That is extremely low. Like, you will not get that in 70 draws. Like, it's hard, and I will tell you why with the math. Okay, so that means almost 75% of the time you'll be getting around 2,200 RP for opening a couple, and then 25% of the time you'll be getting a power-up card, and then 0.5% of the time you'll be getting an LE card, which most likely we will not. So we're just going to focus on RP and power cards when it comes to determining couples, because the LE card is basically negligible. If you do the 70 draws of a couple right here, 70 max out draws, and then you just do this 70 times, the average that'll work out to will be 158,550 RP. and then you'll get 17.5 power-up cards, and then that'll be like, if you, yeah, and then I'm like, oh, okay, well, how much is a power-up card? That's a whole bunch of other complicated math. So this math is annoying. Okay, so SM cost. So SM and we're just gonna name it by the first game of the system. So SM and JYP have the same system. I'll be referring to that as SM. PLEDIS, STARSHIP, WOOLLIM have the same system. I'll be referring to that as just PLEDIS. So at R91, using a power-up card, I think it's an R card for SM. If you use an R card to power up an R91, it costs 43,529 RP on average in order to get that one power up. For PLEDIS, if you're going from R46 to R47 in that range, then the amount of cards that you need to upgrade that during PUC, mind you, is going to be almost 45,000 RP. So you have 43.5 and a 45,000 RP cost. But if you have power-up cards, it cuts that tremendously. So doing the math, so this is the math for PUC 1, which is the SM one, and PUC 2, which is the PLEDIS one. So this is basically the math of 30% of this value times 0.6, because of the 25% of the time here, you'll be getting this, like 25% of the time you're getting a power-up card, and then 60% of the time you'll be getting a 30% power-up card, and then 40% of the time you're getting a 50% power-up card. There's a lot of percents going on. Sorry if it gets confusing. So basically, this is how much RP a 30% power-up card is worth, and then how much RP a 50% power-up card is worth. For SM, same thing here applies to PLEDIS. Same thing applies to PLEDIS. And so then when you take the, what am I trying to say? So when you take the combined cost of this, so if you're getting a 30% power-up card 0.6% of the time, then its value is going to be worth 0.6 of that. 50% power-up card, this value, then you get that 0.4. You multiply it by 0.4, and then you take that combined, and then you'll end up with 16,541 average per power-up card, regardless if it's 30% or 50%. So basically all you need to know is you save a lot of RP. Like, one card is worth 16,541 RP for just getting it from the ghost couple. So that is basically going to be a lot. So you can look at this and be like, oh, look, the total for the PALs method will give you more RP. But when you take into account 17.5 times whatever, so let's just do that right now. 17.5 times the amount of RP that a PUC 1 for SM is worth, that is already a number that is bigger than, that is already a number that is bigger than what is listed there. So that's this number right here. And then for a PUC 2, 17.5 times this value. So basically, wait, this is a huge number. Hold on. Did I do this right? That times that. Oh, that's why. 1 second. Okay. So basically, if you do this method, you'll get almost 300,000 RP of value through power-up cards. So couples is like clearly the best thing to do. But again, that's assuming that you have R91 cards to upgrade. So it's taking the best case scenario for you to use a power-up card. So if you use it a little earlier, you'll get less value, but still the potential is there. That's how much it's actually worth. So, you know, take it or leave it. Listen to my advice. I talked a lot about math. So yeah, so the math for the so just basically with the math of everything, of all the methods, the best that you can do is to just max out couples. And then if you want the effort, you can also max out the cakes. But make sure you log in for 12 days. Otherwise, you will not be able to reach the potential of 300 diamonds, which are all guaranteed. That's basically the main thing. Just talking about the math here. It took a while for whatever reason. But yeah. That's the math behind everything. So that is my proof as to why things are the way they are, why I say them. So hopefully you can take my advice and then apply it to your game in order to get the most out of this event. So yeah, thank you for making it to the end of listening to my math stuff. So yeah, this is my YouTube. I talk about SuperStar rhythm games, or I upload videos of me playing it, and I have an Instagram. It's linked in the description. I'll have the subreddit for SM linked, and I'll have the Discord for the SuperStar Rhythm Games Discord linked. The SuperStar Rhythm Games Discord, by the way, it hosts every single game, so that includes Eyes One and the newly announced SuperStar YG. They'll have channels in there talking about everything, and then we're all very friendly people. You can come in there, ask for help about your games, share your game's progress, or just talk to people about your favorite artists and your favorite songs. So that's all some pretty good stuff. If you have time, you can drop by, check the server out, and hopefully you can make some new friends in our welcoming server. And if you go in the description if you go to the link in the description to the Reddit, then on Reddit, game updates for everything is also posted. Basically, what I read off is from what I posted on Reddit. So this is just the YouTube version of everything if you are here looking for help on this event. So hopefully everything, all the resources that are laid out here, it can help you in some way. Even if you don't end up taking my advice, I still thank you for being here and listening to what I have to say. And I have an Instagram in the description. Go follow it because I just post all my game progress there. So yeah, that's all the proof I have for what kind of a person I am and why I say the things I say. So hopefully you can understand where I'm coming from, and hopefully I can help. Yeah, thank you for listening. Subscribe. I know everyone says that, but subscribers are nice. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. I read comments, so if you have any specific questions, I'll be answering them, or someone else watching the video can help answer that out too. So yeah, thank you for watching, and if there's some other event in the future, I'll be back. Song updates, I'll be uploading gameplays of that. So yeah, thank you for being here, and I hope you have a great day or night, time of day, that kind of stuff. And good luck with your draws in this basically ghost lottery event. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Bye.